Con ustedes, una voz que ha iluminado el aire de El Paso, Texas. Iris López, conocida como Lili López, comenzó su carrera en la radio en el 104.3 de FM. Luego se convirtió en reportera y presentadora del clima en KBIA TV y creó KBIA Sunday Funday Moments. Actualmente es coanfitriona en Mornings with Mike and Iris, en 93.1 Kiss FM. Además es la fundadora y directora ejecutiva de Mija Yes You Can, una organización sin fines de lucro que empodera a las mujeres en nuestra comunidad. Su mayor logro, ser mamá. Iris López, una fuente de inspiración. Bienvenidos a Demente, donde descubriremos su mente brillante y su pasión por motivar. Escuchemos su historia. Bienvenida, Iris López.
Iris, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about what it takes to achieve your dreams. So I guess first question I'd like to ask is, because I heard you talk in the Latin talks here, is that rejection has really shaped who you are in very profound ways. What was that biggest rejection that you can look back to and say, that was the moment that probably made me the strongest out of all of possible rejections you've had?
I mean, and I said in the talk, there's two. There's the love side, because, love
Absolutely.
plays a huge part.
Absolutely.
Just a partner plays a huge part in, where I'm at today. And then there's the business side of it, my career. Love was, the first second someone admitted to me, I don't love you, I don't want to be with you. And I had to swallow that pill and realize, that's not my path, that's not my journey. And it takes a strong person to tell someone that, and it takes an even stronger person to accept it and to do something good with it, instead of, falling down, crying, oh, I can't go on. No, so that rejection actually lit the fire in me, and it made me realize that, I want to be successful. I want to, in a way, show them I don't need you. I can do this on my own, and so I was able to do that, able to radio, TV. But then when we get into the TV world and the business world, there's the TV world, broadcasting, women, especially Latinas in TV, there's so many times where I didn't speak the right way. I didn't say a word. I didn't look the way they wanted. And the biggest one too was I'm an open book. I am an entertainer, so sometimes I'll say things, off the rails. That's just who I am. That's my personality. And a form of rejection was them telling me, quiet down, in a way. Don't talk so much about your imperfections, because you're a public figure. You have this persona. And I remember I left crying, like, oh, I can't be myself. And then I told myself, be yourself. And if they fire you, they fire you. That wasn't your path. But they didn't fire me. And I just was able to continue speaking what I wanted to speak and open the door for other people to talk about. For me, it was mental health. Open the door for other people to talk about it openly.
I'm amazed that most people hide that. I think, and this is not obviously in everybody's situation, but most people, I would say that in the love side, they don't want to talk about that's one of the main reasons that fuels a lot of their activities. I think it happens more often than we can think of. Maybe, I can relate to as a high school student being rejected by this person that I felt madly deeply in love with. That ignited that. So when I heard you say that, I completely related. And I'm thinking, how many people, when you ask why do you do what you do, they tell you all the reasons that they want to make other people believe that those are the reasons they're doing what they're doing, but in reality, it's what you're talking about, which is that sort of rejection.
Oh yeah, and it is, a taboo topic. No one wants to say, oh, it's because of, this guy that I am doing this. Not really. No, He just helped fuel it, because someone else would have, rejected me, and I would have gotten that fuel too. Yeah. So talking about it too was tough. This is the first time I've actually ever opened up about that side, but I needed to, because that's a part of my journey, that's a part of my path, and that's literally what gives me strength, and that's what's put me where I'm here at now.
Right. So it's almost like that. It was just a sort of a path, or sort of an accelerator to do what you're doing right now. Now, obviously, the way that you have mastered your emotions as you go through more and more rejections, I'm sure that you have now taken a different position. Like when those things come to you in life, how do you react? Are you more reactive? You can identify, say, okay, now I know why, how to handle that. Because most people obviously go through life taking actions on visual, they make decisions based on how they feel at that time. I think we all do as human beings, is we act depending on how we feel. But there is the strength in how you manage the emotions. I'm just curious to see if you've identified that more now than before, and how do you process a crisis that comes into your life?
Yeah, I haven't mastered it, but I am nowhere near how I would react back then. And a story I told was of a friend that something happened and I reacted horribly, ended our friendship for 10 years. He came back into my life and I was a different person. And now the way I react, and he would even say it like, you don't react how you reacted 10 years ago. I still have my moments, but now I'm able to stop and I remember, the past, like how I reacted that one time. I don't want to go back there. So I'm able to take it in. And I'm the type of person that believes in positive mantras and things like that, and I just tell myself this situation is happening because something even greater is going to happen. After every storm, there's a rainbow. And my life is literally proof of that. After I go through a storm, and they're like, why are you still smiling through the storm? Because I'm waiting for that rainbow, and I want to be smiling when that rainbow comes.
Yeah, so it's almost like you identify, I was drafting a question around what you were talking about, because there's a sort of strategy that you apply now whenever you get those hardship, those rejections that come into your life. And the reason I hit that topic so much, because we make so many mistakes in our lives by not being more analytical, although probably the hardest things to manage is the emotions, because we're not rational in most things that we do, but rather emotional.
And people will judge you if you're too emotional. They're like, oh, this person can't do the job, so we just have to learn to try and manage it, but still understand that you're allowed to have emotions. Your feelings are still valid.
Awesome. So right now you're in media mainly, right? So you're broadcast through TV and you do radio.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you working on towards? What is the big vision that you have right in this moment in your life?
So I also am the founder of Me How Yes You Can. It's a local nonprofit organization. And I created that with just the intention to, support women. And then it turned into what it is now. And the long run is in a way, I created my own job. It's not my job yet, I'm still growing it. But years from now, I want to be able to put my soul, my heart, everything into that, because that's what I'm passionate about. And just to uplift women and men too. We have our first male on our organization because I understand the importance of educating women on empowerment, but also educating men. Some of the biggest feminists I know are men. So I want to just create my little baby, Me How Yes You Can. I want that to be something bigger and better, and that's ultimately, my goal right now. I'm going through the ups and downs of it, the growing pains, but I can see the bigger picture at the end.
Awesome. We'll end it with that. I think there's enough golden nuggets, and I want to thank you for opening up in this way. Remember, guys, hey, listen, it doesn't matter if you're being rejected right now. Use that as the fuel, right? And if you're feeling horrible, just a feeling, just kind of process it, right?
Yeah, they go away. You can find a way to help them go away.
Absolutely. So make sure that if you found value in this short interview, that you share. I'm sure more people, especially women and men, will be inspired by what we're talking about here. And we'll put Iris' handles around here so you can follow her and look at her work. And from my side, just want to thank you for sharing these minutes with us. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.